In this video, we're going to talk about how to empower your team to take ownership of their roles, of their actions, of the company's vision, and how you can do that as a leader. If you have remote or hybrid workers on your team, you may be wondering, how do I create culture if everyone isn't here in person? And that is the age-old question right now. And I'll tell you, the same way that you're creating it with the people in the office is the same way that you have to create it with the people that are remote or hybrid. The barrier is the technology, and it doesn't really have to be. You could actually use technology to your advantage. Having one-on-one meetings on Zoom or Teams, using Slack, all of these channels that we've created to help aid these one-on-one meetings, use them. Now, I think that when we have meetings where there are people in person and on Zoom or on Teams, that's where you really have to pay attention to make sure that everyone is getting a say in the meeting. One of the things that I've been telling my clients to do is, if you've got people in the office and people on Zoom, make sure the people on Zoom can hear. Make sure that they get to talk first before the meeting even starts. Let the people on Zoom introduce themselves or say what their whip around is, which is, whatever it is that you're talking about that meeting. Let the people on Zoom start first so they immediately feel connected to the meeting. The same with one-on-one meetings. Ask the person how they're doing first. Let them go first when you're doing Zoom meetings. If you are in a situation where there's people in a hybrid, where they're coming in sometimes and they're at home or working remotely at other times, the times when they are in the office, use that time wisely. Make sure that you're having face-to-face time with them, taking them out to lunch, or inviting them to a team meeting, even if it's not their team, just so they can get to know other people on the team. These are some ways that you can really enhance the relationships that you have with people in a remote or hybrid environment. It's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. So we've got to get used to this barrier that we've created, which is technology, and use it as a way to really connect with people in more meaningful ways. Here's a bonus tip on how to create culture when you've got remote and hybrid teams. One of my favorite things I've seen is companies send coffee to the entire team, so everyone gets it at the same time, and you're having like a sip and celebrate, where you're celebrating a win from the team or somebody's individual win. Another thing I've seen is where teams have a show and tell, where they go and get some object around their house or even show off their pet. This is a great way to learn a little bit about your team members, even if they are hybrid or remote and not coming into the office or not coming to the office at all. If you do have team members that come into the office for a few days a week, take full advantage of those days. Take them out to lunch, invite them to meetings that are not part of their team, just so they can get to know other people in the office. This is a great way to create a sense of community with people who are not in the office every day. I could go on and on about remote and hybrid workforces because it is a hot topic right now. There are so many companies deciding to go one way or the other, or a mix of both with hybrid. So I've created a podcast where I dive deep into this topic. If you want to check out the podcast, click here to learn more. I'm Dr. Julia, CEO and founder of JW Strategies.